What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to Zenless Zone Zero. So, yeah, let's go continue with Annabee's story here.
Do you enjoy being pampered? Because you're the youngest sister?
The youngest.
That won't do. Get up and play with me.
So, is Soldier 11 like the last clone made? So, I guess in total there's 11 Anbees. Well, no, hold on. I guess, no, if we're starting from. If Soldier 0 means. I guess, like, maybe the prototype Anbee. I'm gonna guess. That means there's 12 if we're starting from 0, like if you count that as a number. So like Soldier 0, Soldier 1, and stuff. So there's like 12 Anbees in total, maybe?
Good. That's my girl. Now, let's continue our story. Where was I? Ah, yes. About how some kind scavengers found me without limbs. Such kind-hearted folks. They sold me. And unfortunately, my ignorant new owner couldn't see any use for a limbless worm like me. So I was sold off again. I was treated like merchandise on the black market. Sold alongside gangster stuff and modded bamboo. That's when I realized we Silver Company soldiers weren't any different from bamboo. Just made of flesh and blood. The only real distinction is we feel more pain.
So then why is her voice like very robotic?
And that's when I met her. She bought me as a trophy
wow.
girl. Cut me open and operated on me, checking my internal organs by hand. Anesthesia doesn't work on us. You know that, right? So it hurt. It hurt like hell.
Yeah, you can see her without the limbs. Wow.
Then, out of the blue, she smiled at me. Looking back now, I think she must have noticed something unusual about my body. She told me that she was once a military doctor, but was discharged, and now worked as a rogue doctor. She was familiar with everything about Silver Company, and was willing to help me. So, I underwent surgery and received mechanical prosthetics.
Okay.
Nothing too fancy. I don't think I'll ever use them for combat, but they serve their purpose, helping me stand and do calculations.
Really? I mean, I thought maybe a cyborg would be able to maybe do some combat. But I guess it's just for, doing normal, everyday stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna guess that that doctor is maybe one of the people that worked on the cloning.
My true value lies in my memory. You see, my brain is the only thing that has remained intact.
And I'm guessing one of the mechanical parts that she installed on her. Maybe before, I'm guessing she wasn't able to talk, but now she can because of the modifications that she gave her.
Thus, I remember everything. I remember our home, and the time spent with our sisters. I remember that as long as we fought alongside our captain, we were considered the most powerful fighting force. I remember assisting in their research and using my own 2 hands to welcome new sisters into this world. That rogue doctor used her connections to get me some incomplete research data. Using my fragmented memories combined with that data, I was able to piece things together. And now, I've nearly revived the technology of Silver Company.
So they're trying to bring back cloning?
Fortunately, I've remembered. I've survived and can recall our past. And now, reforming Silver Squad is my mission, because this is my home. Our home. So, do you like my plan, Captain Anbee?
Yep, she knows she's there. Well, if she can't fight, like, I'm sure Anbee will be okay, right?
When did you notice me?
Oh,
My little puppy spotted you a while ago, and I instructed her to raise the alarm. You know, Captain, I'm actually glad you're here. I've been thinking that we need to talk.
Give her back, and then we'll talk.
If you want her, come get her yourself.
Enemy rushes out of the lab and reunites with Trigger.
Trigger!
He just decides to run away.
No more. I've got it.
Come on. I wanna talk some more. It sounds very interesting.
Fracture!
Yeah, when do we get to play as Soldier Zero, Anby? Dude, I'm excited, man. Like, but yo, I think I've said this before, but once I get the Opal Squad, like, all recruited and built up, I think that's gonna be like the squad, man. That I use, like, you know, for a while. Like, I think I'll be pretty much satisfied with that. Like, I don't need like anyone else.
The melody of combat. This bullet will reach its mark.
Like, I think the next character that I want to get has to be like really, or I guess the next squad, like, you know, the faction squad.
Quick shot.
Like, they would have to really compete
Ether
with
vision activate.
Opal Squad here.
Roger. Time to pin them down. Got your cover.
I wonder how tactical that is when it comes to her firing her sniper, like, on the ground like that. Is that viable?
The target's weary.
Like, I know it's all about, like, you know, the way... When it comes to characters with guns, like Grace, like, they move their guns around, like, in a cool way. But I'm just wondering if that position is, like, actually, I guess usable in snipers?
Quick shot.
I'm sure maybe with, like, a pistol. But I don't know about snipers.
Eliminating target.
There we go. We got more? Oh no, we're done.
That's the Captain Anby I know. Cleaning your knives with the filthy blood of this scum suits you. Don't give me that, idiot. Now you're worried about whose side I'm on? Our side, of course. I created you, so you never saw Captain Anby in her prime.
Oh.
After everything I've been through, I thought I would have forgotten. But I still remember.
Okay, so she did, like, I guess, recreate the cloning process. I thought she was working on it still. But no, she made that new Anby over there.
So, have you ditched the uniform, Captain?
Twiggy.
I'd keep it as pajamas if I were you. It's nice to reminisce about the days of glory and agony, isn't it?
I never knew you were still alive, Twiggy.
Yeah, I was always the worst at fighting. But I survived. It's only natural for you not to expect that, Captain.
You're not as terrible a fighter as you think. Your sharp mind makes up for it.
Yes, you said something similar before. I'll never forget that. You persuaded them to keep me, and you encouraged me to acknowledge my true value. You're right. I am valuable. I understand that all too well now. Trash may perish easily, but not me. I'm valuable. Precious, even. There's always someone who sees value in me. Just like you did before. Sometimes I wonder if I were just an ordinary citizen in New Eridu and not part of Silver Squad, maybe I could have become a researcher at the White Star Institute, studying deep topics like 3 forms of etheric manifestation in specific hollows. Sure, I might be sharp, but there are different kinds of smart. Growing up in Silver Squad, I had no street smarts. Competing for profit, seeing through lies, and striving for a better life with limited resources. These I had to learn the hard way, year after year.
You've been through a lot. Is that why you're doing this now?
I don't need a reason. At least not one to convince you. The only person I've needed to convince is my backer.
You know better than anyone. Silver Company was an evil undertaking. That technology should never resurface.
Evil? Are you suggesting that you, I, and our sisters were all evil?
We are evil incarnate.
So, we should all just be destroyed?
No, but we should not continue in our evil.
Oh, I see. That's very enlightening, Captain. We should be eating burgers, watching movies, working a job, and going
So are the
on
Anbys.
dates. Instead of being maimed, sold, tortured, and struggling to survive.
Or like their favorite food, burgers. I guess their taste will be the same with all of them, right? If they're just clones.
You know I care for you.
Oh yeah, what about Soldier 11? I kind of forgot.
Whatever you do,
I think she was just eating
I
ramen,
won't
right?
hold it against you.
Not burgers,
But that
though.
doesn't mean you can stand here and say these things so lightly to my face.
You know where I am, don't you? You know where I live, what burgers I like, what movies I watch,
Oh.
and who I spend time with. Since you know, you're welcome to visit me anytime, Twiggy. I'm your captain. I'll personally deliver the punishment you deserve, and then seek redemption with you together.
Captain.
We can still make things right before you make a greater mistake. Fortunately, I found you before things got any worse. I have so much to tell you, but maybe another time. For now, we should...
The conversation is interrupted. Envy is stunned to see a body toss in front of her. It's Soldier 11. She's pale, but there are still signs of life in her, and she's breathing faintly.
All right, I'm returning your favorite girl. Now we're even, Anby.
Twiggy?
I said we're even. From now on, you can stop acting like a captain and save this foolish talk.
Twiggy kicks the limp Soldier 11 on the ground, and quickly lifts her up and hands her the trigger.
Soldier 11! Wake up, Soldier 11! Anby, she doesn't look good. We need to get out of this hollow ASAP.
I see how it is. Twiggy, I'll be back. I won't just abandon you.
You sicken me. Like I said, just save the foolish talk. I can't stand to hear that kind of mush from someone who looks exactly like me.
It's not mush. And I hope you'll get used to it. Let's go, Trigger.
Twiggy stands and watches as Envy leaves.
Hey, go contact you-know-who.
Uh-oh.
Ugh,
Whoa.
cut the crap! You think I don't realize I shouldn't cut the middleman and contact the client directly? But look at the
What was
mess
that?
we're in.
Was she
The
cursing
joke
there
she's brought
at the
won't
beginning?
Fix this.
Oh, I thought it was more.
Our best shot is exploiting Anby's inner weakness. She's let go of her most lethal weapon, her daring and ruthless fighting style. Now she's like a hired gun with a family to feed, focused on surviving to get the paycheck. I can handle her if we exploit that. But I need to keep everything in check, or else all my efforts so far will have been...
You've been diligent, little Twiggy.
Stop calling me that!
As you know, your research is crucial. You're just like me. We're here to foster hope. Our work is the only cause worth fighting for in this world. Of course, I understand. Sometimes, when hope is scarce, certain issues can only be resolved with sheer violence. The stuff I mentioned last time is ready. Send some of your people to retrieve it. It's not exactly new Eridu tech, so use it carefully.
Okay. Yeah, she said that Ambi doesn't have her lethal weapon anymore. I'm guessing that's why she now has a gameplay of an A rank. Maybe it's those two blades. I'm guessing is that lethal weapon of hers. Ambi, are you okay? It's fine. I understand if you don't feel like talking right now. How is Soldier 11's condition? The answer will only make you feel worse. She still hasn't regained consciousness, as you requested. I left her at the Random Play video store. The kind siblings working there are taking care of her as we speak. It's been so long, but the shop has barely changed. Now's not the time to be talking about that. Wait, she was there before? I don't remember that. I know Soldier... Wait, no, I don't think Soldier 11 was there, right? Like inside the shop? Well, I'm sure that, she paid a visit inside the shop at some point. You must be anxious to see her. Come with me. And follows Trigger to the video store. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I never knew Trigger knew about them already. Anby, you're back. Looks like whatever you got mixed up in this time was pretty serious. Anything you want to know? Soldier 11, how's her condition? Stable. That's all that I can say. Her body temperature, heart rate, and pulse are all remaining stable. Honestly, given her current state, that's actually quite abnormal. Moreover, she hasn't regained consciousness. Would you like to see her? Oh, there she is. Ambi approaches Soldier 11 and softly calls out a name. Looks like it didn't work. Ambi lowers her hands sadly and prepares to leave.
What is this place? And who am I?
Uh-oh.
You're awake, Harin.
Harin.
Great, you're awake. I've been worried about you, Soldier 11.
So that's her real name? Harin?
Soldier 11? Is that my name? It sounds odd and could easily get confused with another number like Soldier 161051. Only a fool would call herself that.
I can see you're doing much better now, but I won't let you talk about yourself like that.
Her memories seem jumbled. The injuries might be more serious than they appear. When a Silver Company replica is severely wounded, their memories are often the first thing to fail. Even me, all those years ago, there was a time when I couldn't remember anything.
Is that so? Then what about your combat skills? Were they affected?
Would the Defense Force abandon her if she couldn't fight anymore? Well, I know we wouldn't do that. Roxy.
Yeah, having one more mouth to feed won't hurt. It's nothing compared to our monthly electricity bill.
Plus, our little black cat needs another playmate. He's already getting bored of us.
You know how short-handed we are, right, Charon? Oops.
No,
I mean,
Charon. Trigger? Oh, we're getting everyone's name. Charon.
Charon?
There you go, trying to be funny again. Guess that's your unique charm, manager. Jokes aside, I can't vouch for the Defense Force, but I can promise that Obel Squad won't abandon her.
Obel, okay. That's how you pronounce it. I don't remember if they said it before. It's just, that's what I thought it might sound like. So yeah, when did Trigger and like Random Play get to know each other?
I see. Well, we know
Like, even
how
he knows the
resilient
name.
she is, so we're confident she'll bounce back.
It seems you and Soldier 11 go way back, Ambi. Could you share more about her? And maybe how we can help her recover faster? We're here to help. Are you sure it won't be too much trouble for you?
Don't worry. Nicole's caused a lot more trouble for us. Besides, Soldier 11 is our friend too.
I see. In that case, what she needs now is nothing too out of the ordinary. Warmth, comfort, safety, and relaxation. Also, some familiar faces, as well as her favorite foods. Ah, right. I should get her some burgers for an energy boost. I'll be right back. Not so fast, Ambi. Burgers aren't exactly Soldier 11's favorite.
It's ramen, right?
Oh, they're not? What does she like then?
It seems Trigger already left to get it.
You'll probably find her near Waterfall Soup. By
There
the
we
way,
go.
General Chop is concerned about Soldier 11 as well. Be sure to let him know that she's improving.
Yeah, don't worry. She's in good hands with us here.
Okay. To the noodle shop. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, I guess, epilogue to this episode.
I got Soldier 11's favorite spicy noodles from that enthusiastic chef. I couldn't see if the noodles look spicy, but just the steam from the chili peppers alone is making me cry.
So, spicy noodles is her thing. I had no idea.
Well, that's the Soldier 11 I know. She would come to 6th Street whenever she had free time. Maybe she feels more at home here than back in the barracks. She rarely talked about anything other than training, combat, and promotions. But when she did, she'd usually mention super spicy noodles, the video store owners, the arcade, and cats.
Did she ever talk about me?
You might not like the answer. Soldier 11 has never brought you up, but she seems fixated on a certain betrayal. Apparently, someone very important to her that she admired greatly vanished without a trace, leaving her to deal with that awful situation by herself. The person left without so much as an explanation. In the military, such actions are seen as desertion. And eventually, such deserters are marked as KIA by detached and indifferent officers. Does any of that ring a bell?
I have nothing to say. Even if she resents me, she has the right to do so.
That's pretty cold, even for me. May I suggest something?
What's that?
If you want to mend things with Soldier 11, don't say anything like that to her. Trust me, don't.
But that's the truth. I have no excuses for that. I lost my memory when I left the army. Once it returned, I wanted to contact Soldier 11, so I asked Nicole to check on her. Then I learned that she was doing well, that she had joined Obel Squad, and that she's an exemplary soldier who recently got promoted. She had a new captain and new comrades, so I felt her troubled past in Silver Squad might only weigh her down. I had no reason to show up again. Trigger,
What?
tell me, if you were me, you would have made the same call, right?
If I were you... Yes, I might have.
That's what I thought. So, even if she hates me, I deserve it.
But I'm not you, Ambi. That's the point. If I were in your shoes, I would let Soldier 11 know she was never betrayed or abandoned. I'd let her know that her comrades would search to the ends of the earth for her, and that they'd never forget her.
Trigger, you're really amazing.
That's all you have to say?
Yeah, I'm really impressed. It must be nice to have you as a comrade.
I'm not so sure about that. But we have more pressing matters to discuss now. What are you planning to do next?
I'm heading back into the Hollow to put an end to everything with Twiggy. That evil tech must never resurface again. But before that, I want to apologize to Soldier 11.
Apologize? But given the current state of her memory, she might not remember it afterward.
That's the idea.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's the best choice for my cowardly side.
Seems like it's really weighing on your mind. Alright, if there's anything I can do, just say the word.
In that case, I need you to prove something to me.
Prove something? Like what?
Prove that you can take good care of Soldier 11. That's the only way I can hand her over to her new comrades without worrying.
Alleviating all your worries might not be a good thing either. But I understand. I'll prove that I can take care of her. Now then, let's head back. After all, we don't want to show up with a bowl of soggy noodles for our patient.
Okay. Talk to the proxies. Is that gonna be like the end? Yo. Looks like I've been causing a lot of trouble for you. That's right. So we're billing it all on a Cunning Hairs account. No. Oh? As of right now, I am not Ambi of the Cunning Hairs. But you walk, talk, and look like Ambi of the Cunning Hairs, so you must be Ambi of the Cunning Hairs. Whoa. How can we possibly keep teasing you when you're making a face like that? Jeez, look at you. You're absolutely exhausted. What you need most right now is some sleep. How about it? Want to sleep on my bed? It's really soft, you know. It is objectively very soft, Ambi. I also think it's best if you go get some rest, right now. Tomorrow. Worry about tomorrow's problems tomorrow. That's what we do when we receive an enormous electric bill, anyway. Or maybe you're not ready to sleep just yet. If you'd rather watch a movie to relax, I don't mind keeping you company. Any new arrivals worth watching recently? Wow, I didn't think you'd actually be up for it. Still, I'm just glad you have the energy. After all, I won't be able to finish what's coming next if I don't pull myself together. Oh, what is it? Is it a fight? Pretty much. It's a date. A date? Good night. Alright. One more to go, man. And then we can resume the main story. I didn't see Soldier 11 or Trigger in the store. Do you know where they went? No, they didn't tell me where they were headed. They probably went on a date together, right? A date. Why didn't they take me along with them? Why should they have to bring you along? Based on my experience, the optimal number of people for a date is no more than 2. That's true. Trigger wants to prove me that she can take care of Soldier 11. If I'm not present, how can she prove it to me? Maybe she wants to go on a normal dates and cheer Soldier 11 up. Not to mention, Soldier 11 really is one tough cookie. Didn't she get seriously injured? Is it really okay for her to be running around outside like this? Being able to use all their energy to prioritize stabilizing vital signs, retaining maximum combat effectiveness, that is the most basic requirements of a qualified Silver Company soldier. Yanbi, what? You do know that someday you'll have to tell us the whole story, right? Whether you want to involve us or not, Bill and I are a part of this and we have to have the right to know. Can I refuse? I know that once I tell you the whole truth, you two definitely won't leave me alone. Just like a blockbuster movie, no matter how complete the original story is, they'll always find a way to make a terrible sequel. I just don't want to see that sequel. Now that's a hard metaphor to follow, but there are some really good sequels out there too. Yeah, and sometimes the second film is terrible, but the third one turns out to be surprisingly great. We won't force you. We just hope you know that you're never alone. Weiss is right. Besides, isn't this exactly what friends are for? I remember the first time I met you, Anby, and you were even more naive back then than you are now. But even then, I already had a feeling that we would become partners with a bond of trust and share moments that could never be replaced together. Yes, thanks for the reminder. Compared to who I was back then, I should have made some progress by now. Please help me contact Nicole and everyone at the Cunning Hares, you two. Whoa, is this your runaway saga finally over? I have something I want to say to them before it all ends. Bill? Huh? Boom, called it wise. Told you Anby would contact the Cunning Hares today. Come on, time to cough up my 5,000 Denny's. You actually got it right, Belle. And there I was, thinking it was premature to just go ahead and contact Nicole and the others like that. So you two already contacted everyone at the Cunning Hares before I asked? Nope, this was all Belle. Nicole, Billy, and Nakamata should have arrived at 6th Street by now. Bill and I still have to open up the shop. Do you mind if you don't go looking for them with you? I won't get lost. Thank you so much, really. I'm truly grateful. Okay, so we got the Cunning Hares here. Yeah, I hope we get to see some S-rank versions of them. Especially Billy Dude, because like, I feel like the Sons of Caledon will make a return with Billy.
Nicole,
Well, look who decided to come back.
I'm sorry for leaving without saying anything. You can punish me however you see fit, Nicole.
What's the use in punishing you? If anything, I'd prefer some compensation. So, how do you plan to make it up to me? I'm waiting.
I'll give up my favorite burger. From now on, I'll eat noodles every day.
Hey, that's more like compensating General Chop than me.
That won't cut it, huh? Then I won't try to squeeze in between you and Nekomata when we watch movies.
Come on. Nekomata's usually the one who's squeezing in between you and me. Show me some sincerity here.
I see. Okay. I'll forfeit my paychecks from now on.
That's pretty big.
Oh?
Yes, and I'll persuade Billy to give up his pay too. Is that good enough for you?
Billy.
Wait a sec. Are you trying to tarnish our reputation as an honest business? Forget it. You owe me big. I'll tell you what I need from you later.
Nicole.
Fine. Forget it. Just spare me that pitiful look. Listen, Anby. It doesn't matter who you were or what mess you've gotten into. The Cunning Hares doesn't need to be a burden to you. We don't need you to shield us, and we won't intrude when you need space. You're not the only one here with a troubled past. I just wish you'd trust me more. Otherwise, I feel like I'm a total failure.
Sorry. I won't try to justify what I did. I shouldn't have run off on my own. Once this is over, I'll answer all your questions. No more hiding anything.
That's my good girl. You're a terrible liar, you know.
I know. By the way, I have a favor to ask you.
Oh, you finally need me?
Yeah. There's a woman who looks like me. She wears a Defense Force uniform and goggles. I think she should be pretty easy to spot. Can you help me locate her?
Piece of cake. On average, finding a cat takes us 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 8 seconds. Finding a person is way easier. I'll contact some of my sources. I'll let you know as soon as I get any information.
It's kind of scary that Nicole has all these connections. Hey, Billy. You want to give up your pay? Annabelle, it's so good to finally see you. Where? I was this close to mentally preparing myself to lose to you. This close. I apologize for leaving without saying goodbye. I'm truly sorry. I won't let you lose me. Well, I'll do my best. How have you been all lately? Nicole's been ranting about you every day. Actually, she's known that you've been crashing with the proxies this whole time. She just thought that busting in to take you away would defeat the purpose, so when you took the initiative to contact her, no matter how angry she seemed deep down, she was probably really relieved. As for Nekomata, and don't be startled, she's been genuinely really worried about you. Nekomata was worried about me? You may not have been able to see it, but our little Nekomata has been quite restless indeed. Even though we knew the proxies were taking care of you, we also knew you seemed to be mixed up in something heavy, and she understands understands better than almost anyone just how wrong the idea of just solving the problem with your own strength is. Just yesterday, Nekomata was muttering to herself, if I only had paid more attention to her. She cares about me? Yeah, she even has a gift for you. She said that she wants to give it to you when she sees you again. She has a gift for me? You look pretty shocked. To be honest, so am I. Really, I can't help but marvel about how amazing the friendships between girls can be. Maybe I should watch a few more flicks about girl bonds or something. Or girl bands, or something like that. Alright, right. When you see Nekomata, make sure you don't tell her I said any of that. Otherwise, she'll definitely scratch up my paint job with her claws. Just like a ball of steel wool on a non-stick pan. Anby, promise me. Please, say that you promise me. Okay. Nekomata? There she is. Yo.
Who's there?
Abby! It's you!
It's been a while. I bet it must have been nice not having me around for a bit.
Yeah, definitely. It was pretty nice to not have to compete for space to lay in Nicole's lap for a change.
Humans have 2 legs, so 2 people can lay on their lap. At least, that's what I heard in a movie once.
That's our boring burger girl. You only sound cool when you're quoting movie lines. Alright, to help make you more interesting, Nekomata has a special gift for you. Here you go.
Anby doll. A doll meticulously crafted by Nekomata looking somewhat similar to Anby. Why is it top heavy? To simulate how often someone dives headfirst into the hollow. Meow.
Oh, a doll. Is it supposed to be me? With this rough stitching, I'm guessing you sewed it yourself? This is too much, Nekomata. I can't accept this.
Nah, stop being dramatic. I got a doll-making kit and was gonna make one that looks like Nicole, but it turned out super ugly. With a big head and tiny little body. It didn't look anything like Nicole. So I altered it a bit and wow, it somehow looked just like our Ambi.
Wow.
But I don't look like this.
No, it's exactly like you. It's like your little twin. Go on, take it. Keep it with you all the time. And don't let it out of your sight.
You want me to carry it and never let it out of my sight? Oh, wait, you didn't stash some sort of contraband inside it, did you? Are you trying to get PubSec to arrest me?
Yeah? Just Just because I'm a street cat doesn't mean you should be prejudiced like that. There's no contraband in the doll. I swear on Nicole's lap.
All right. Let me do something for you in return. How about some mackerel noodles?
Ooh, Lady Nekomata appreciates your rare treat. But not now.
Not now? But the noodle shop is close by.
Once things settle and you're safe, you can treat me to those mackerel noodles.
The doll somehow feels heavier in Anbi's hands. Anbi lowers her head as Nakamata grins. Anbi, I just received some information. The person you're looking for is at Lumina Square. There was another woman beside her, and the two were walking toward the riverside. I see, Nicole, thank you. Quick, tell me I'm the best. Nicole, you're the best. Good girl. Go have fun, and remember to come home afterward. Alright, I'm going to Lumina Square. Let me get ready first. Nakamata?
Who's there?
What? Wait, it's the same thing?
It's been a while. I bet it must have
Hold on,
been
what?
nice not
Let me
having me
skip
around
this,
for
what?
a bit.
It just repeats it. Oh, wow. Okay, so the bottom option was like a cancellation. Okay, I see now. That felt kind of weird. Okay. Well, let's go find I'm guessing Soldier 11 is what she was asking for. Yeah, I see Trigger over there, I think. So does she remember now, or what? Guess we'll find out. This is pretty cool to see them interact.
So, here you are.
Sorry, Anbi. I snuck out with her.
Are you feeling okay?
Are you speaking to me? You seem familiar. Like I've seen you somewhere before. But I can't quite remember.
I'm Anbi. Does that name ring a bell?
No. I don't recall anyone named Ambi. Sorry. Maybe we knew each other, but this person named Trigger told me that my memory's off right now. I'll get better. And maybe then I'll remember something about you.
I see. Where did you and Trigger go today?
We tried some food called noodles. They were this amazing, fiery red color. It was delicious. Then we pet some creatures called cats. They were different than I expected. Surprisingly soft. We went to an arcade, did some shopping, drank some tea milk, and even opened surprise boxes. Then we went to a dim, noisy place and watched a movie. I think that's what they called it. During the movie, someone took advantage of the dark environment to attempt a theft. Fortunately, I still remembered some basic combat skills, so I managed to subdue the thief and turn them over to public security. The public security office isn't far from here. After we wrapped up there, Trigger suggested we watch the sunset by the river.
You sure know how to plan a date, Trigger.
The video store manager taught me all this. I'm just a good student. Anyway, I think I did a good job. Right, Soldier 11?
Yes. I had a great time. Still, I can tell my body isn't really used to relaxing. I can always feel an urge to do some push-ups or some other exercise.
That's our model
can
soldier
see that.
for ya. So, Anbi, can you relax now? Soldier 11 is important to me. I don't ever want to lose another squad mate. So I promise to look after her. You can focus on the matters at hand now. Once everything's settled, if you choose to face her, I'll be there to vouch for everything you've done for her. And if you prefer to stay out of it, no pressure. I understand the weight of your history with Silver Company. It's like a heavy chain around you both.
I'll break that chain.
I have faith in you.
Thanks, Trigger. In that case, please keep this for me while I'm away.
Is it a doll?
What's this? A doll?
Yes.
It looks a little familiar.
It's very cute.
Soldier 11 looks confused, but still takes the doll and hugs it tightly, so tight that it almost burst.
Please, Keep it safe until I come back. Right now, it's my most cherished possession.
Don't worry. If it means that much to you, we'll be sure to keep it safe.
Phone just made noise.
Thanks.
It gets chilly by the river at night. Let's head back to the video store and get something warm to wear.
It's time to head back now. Be sure not to catch a cold. Yeah, let's head back to 6th Street. Yeah, I'm guessing the bottom option would not resume the conversation. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of build-up. There's a lot of like saying goodbyes here. Wondering what that's about. Anby, you're back. Trigger and Soldier 11 are getting ready to call it a night. If there's anything you need to do, you should probably turn it in early today too. Okay, thank you, Wise. Thank you and Belle for everything, for all of you done, for the Cunning Hares and me. I actually have a place I can stay other than the Cunning Hares. There is a miracle. This is a miracle that the Anby of the past would never have dared to imagine. Anby, what prompted you to say all this? Did you watch some kind of weird movie today? I just suddenly felt like saying it. Yeah, it sounds fishy to me. Yeah, me too. I feel like there's a lot of build-up here where we're just saying our goodbyes, where, you know, it pretty much just like where Harumasa was, you know, like he went back to work to say all the stuff he said before he did the final thing. Not at all. Good night, Wise. Now it's to Belle. But you know what? I'm sure she'll be fine though. Oh shoot, I didn't read it. Have you had dinner yet? If not, I still have some leftover carrot chips over here. You can have as many as you want. I already ate. I had 2 hamburgers. Really? Won't eating 2 hamburgers before bed make you gain weight? No, I'll burn it all off overnight. If you want to drag someone to join you for a night run, take Wise. He'll be totally psyched for it. That wasn't much of a farewell. Soldier 11.
I remember you from earlier today. Ambitizinia.
That's... but that's not my name. I'm Anby. Or is that her real name? Is that Anby's real name?
It's Anby. Just Anby.
Wait, is that the real name of Anby? It's just, you know, Anby's like the nickname, like the shorter name, just because it's easier?
Sorry. It seems my memory still hasn't recovered yet. It's frustrating not knowing what I've forgotten.
I am kind of curious, like what it's gonna be like once she remembers everything, if it ever gets to that point. Because like it seemed like she didn't like Anby from that one conversation with Trigger.
I can help with that.
You can help?
I can tell you what you've forgotten, Harin.
Harin. Is that my name?
It was your name before you were Soldier 11. The name I knew you by. Back then, we used to find nice-sounding words to call each other. The higher-ups were aware, but didn't intervene.
Yeah, okay, so... yeah, I guess to the military, there were just numbers, you know, that's why they're Soldier 0 and 11. But like, you know, with the Clone Wars, like they give themselves nicknames, like their own names to make each other feel more human and unique, like they're not just numbers.
I don't like that name. It sounds too weak for me.
Yes, you've said the same thing before.
So what exactly is this Silver Squad? And who decides who's qualified or not? There's a lot I don't understand. If it's connected to my past, then please tell me everything.
Sure, I'll explain it all. Just allow me to do one thing.
Huh. One thing? What's that?
Allow me to apologize to you.
And it recounts everything about Silver Squad, from its creation to its downfall.
There were many things I didn't understand then, and still don't understand even now. All I know is that we were used as pawns in a power struggle within the army. And, in the end, they chose to keep only one replica.
Oh, 11?
And that was you, Anna? As you said,
Anna.
you were considered the top performer.
I'm not Anna. That's someone else. But
Oh, wait a minute.
yes, I was selected.
You think the names that she's been saying right now are like the other names of the other Anbis? So there's an Anna, there's that one with where it's like an An bin a something. Oh, she was selected. Oh, but then she volunteered, right? To save Soldier 11.
They devised an operation, a suicide mission. No one was expected to return alive.
Wow.
My name wasn't on the list for deployment. But the night before, you went too hard in training and got injured. So I took your place.
Yeah, I guess that's easy to do since they're clones. Wow, okay, so that's, yeah, I can start to see it now on like the backstory with like even Twiggy too. But yeah, Soldier 11 was spared. Wow.
Did you survive the mission?
Take a guess. I saw my squad mates buried in the rubble.
Yeah, even Twiggy
The
too.
memories are all a little foggy, even to this day. I'm not sure how I survived, or how I was able to stand before the senior officers.
How could they issue such a ruthless order? Sending their own soldiers to die? We're living, breathing human beings.
That's the point, Harin. Are we humans? I assume you can also issue combat orders now. When you send a squad of explosive Bangbu into the enemy base, do you consider their well-being?
But Bangbu aren't humans. I don't have to consider that.
That's what they said too. Replicas aren't humans. So, they ordered Silver Squad to their deaths. But since you are still a survivor, they ordered me to execute you.
Dang.
Did you go through with it?
What do you think?
It appears you didn't. But if it were me...
Would you have followed their orders?
No. I would have executed the officers who issued that suicide mission. So what did you do?
I fled. I offered to exchange my life for yours. And then fled. I didn't trust them. So disappearing seemed like the only feasible option. I knew that once I was gone, they wouldn't harm you, because you were their only asset.
Okay. Okay, I can see. Yeah, I was about to say, like, running away, like, how would you know that they wouldn't execute her on their own? But if it's their only asset, then I guess that makes sense.
Seems like I made the right call. At least I got to see you again. I've had a good life, but it took me a long time to figure out who to hate.
Yeah, she's talking like she's gonna die, but I don't know. I think she'll be fine.
If I were to hate everyone,
Like, yeah, they never die in
who hurt
these
us,
games so far that I've experienced.
too much. I couldn't live carrying so much hatred. It's impossible. And Nicole told me that I shouldn't hate myself. So, eventually, I realized that all the suffering stemmed from the Silver Company tech, and the fact that we replicas were not seen as humans.
Yeah, the music was cut off now.
According to a movie Wise loaned me from the store, this is referred to as an ethical dilemma. Life shouldn't be engineered. Only then did it dawn on me that many people were already aware of this issue. There are a lot of smart people out there. So, I'm sorry, Harin.
Why apologize? According to everything you just told me, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm crying. Why am I crying?
It's all my fault. I was the captain of our squad and responsible for everyone, but I let you all down. I wasn't wise or strong enough, and I was a coward. If I weren't a coward, I wouldn't have waited until this moment to apologize. I'm only willing to share this now because I know you'll forget everything soon.
Forget everything? But
Oh,
that's
she's gonna forget
impossible.
everything?
Why?
Silver Squad soldiers who are critically injured have their recent memories wiped within 24 hours.
Wow.
Yours is about to reset. I can't keep avoiding this, Hareen. I have to face our old squad mate.
I know she was
I
talking
don't
about the
know what other
memories earlier,
cards she
but
has up her sleeves, and I can't guarantee
I don't think I
anything.
caught that if she said that
I
before.
can only try my best. I might survive, but if the worst comes to pass, I don't want you to bear the weight of my death. So, just forget this conversation and have a good night's sleep.
No, Ambi. You're being selfish. I don't accept your apology. I don't.
It's almost midnight.
Ambi.
Ambi closes her eyes and her forehead touches Soldier 11's. Soldier 11's fingers tighten their grip on Ambi, digging into her skin. Suddenly, Soldier 11's grip loosens. Her expression turns blank.
What is this place? What am I doing here?
Oh wow.
Who am I?
Your name is Soldier 11.
Dang, did the reset just happen like that?
Good night.
Has it been 24 hours already? I guess so. Talk with the proxies, but yeah, we'll resume next time. Yeah, that's a very interesting mechanic about like the Anbis, where if they're critically injured, their minds are reset 24 hours. But I guess if they're still like injured, it always gets reset 24 hours, I'm guessing. But anyway guys, next time we'll go ahead and I guess finish up Anbi's story here, so yeah, that'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good